Hey guys, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. Today we're working on Roscoe, and I wanted to show you guys real quick. It's sometimes a challenge. You're trying to stay budget oriented. That's seam sealer, by the way. Trying to stay budget oriented and not get carried away. So what I'm going to show you guys today is a budget lift, 3 inches, 4.5 inches, depends on how you go. The reason I'm doing this is because I already have it. I already have the 2-inch block back there, and it's made the springs. The springs are flat. One of them's like negative arched, and I already have the coils up front. But if you didn't have the coil spacers up front, you can get those for like $35-40 on Amazon. Then those are JK Rubicon shocks I got off a local Facebook group for $50, and the guy gave me the springs and the sway bar end links and everything. So I don't know if I can get anything back out of them or if I just give them away to somebody or what. And then these are S10 Blazer springs off an S10 like that one right there. They're actually off an Olds Bravada. I got them from a viewer. I traded him a Tuner Pro tune, so it cost me nothing. I think they cost him like $50 in the junkyard. So all in, you would be into this lift for $150 if you just ran out and paid everything with cash. I also found a couple people on Facebook parting out S10s and whatever, you know, those little S-Series SUVs. I found 2 different guys willing to sell me the rear springs for $50 as well. So you got 50, 100, 150 if you go the high end for the spacers, and you're lifted 3.5-4 inches. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to show you guys real quick because I was working on it and I kind of got in the middle of it. The center pins, you take them out. I've had to grind the head off this one, and I'll knock it out through the other side. I'm going to cut these eyelets off the S10 springs, and then I'm going to cut the U-bolts off. I'm going to take those clamps off. I'm going to take all those XJ springs out and put all of those S10 springs in, which I'm hoping gives me about a 3-inch lift, maybe a little more. I think Peanut's being naughty right now. What are you doing over there? Hey, let's go. Naughty. Coconut is not naughty. Not this time. Get in your yard. Come on. So anyway, that's the basic overview. There's a bunch of videos on these bastard packs out there. You can use, these are 2.5-inch wide springs, so you can really use anything you want. Some people use Dakota springs, some people use Durango springs. There's no set formula for it, unfortunately. You're just gonna have to see what you get and mess with it a bit. You can see that main leaf is, man, it's got a bit of a bend to it, so I'm gonna try to bring them all the way out here to support it a bit. The only other catch is you'll have to, the center pin on XJ springs is smaller than the rest, so you'll have to drill the center hole out on the main leaf. And you can mix and match this however you want. You can keep all these leaves and add all those leaves. I've seen guys saying they get 4.5-5 inches doing that. You can leave the overload. I think I'm going to leave the overload out. I really only want 2.5 inches, maybe 3. I really just want the blocks out of there and to support these spring packs. Plus I have those JK shocks are longer. So I will bring you guys back when it's together, and then I'll bring you back again when it's actually sitting back on the ground, which is going to take place over the course of days, but you won't know that. It's the magic of YouTube. Alright, so I'm back. I have all the clamps and everything cut off this side. The shock bolt on the other side broke off on me. Mic in shot. Anyway, this is ready to go. I just ground the head off the center pin. That's what I was talking about earlier. So in theory, oh, it's not lowered enough. We should be able to pry that out of there and throw the whole thing away. I'm not going to use any of the XJ main leaves. Let me see if I can stand this up here. Let you guys watch along. So that's pretty much that. Also, this kind of demonstrates why blocks are bad. The head of the pin bolt sits in here, and then there's nothing in here, and then this sits in the perch, so the whole thing's just not as sturdy as it would be if it were just using normal bolts. I'm a little bummed. The spring has some pretty serious wear, but there's not much I can do about it right now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to drill that out. I don't think I'm gonna have to drill that out. I'm gonna have to drill that out to match the S10 because the S10 holes are larger diameter. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and have me some lunch. Also, I completely boogered up both the shock mounts, so I think I will be repairing them probably with a bolt. I don't know, we'll see. I'll bring you back when I have it mostly back together. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. I don't know if I'm gonna paint it or not. I think I'll probably paint it. I have to paint all this seam sealer anyway, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint that and put the spring pack together. Hey guys, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Today I'm a little bit stalled working on the bastard pack for the back of Roscoe. Like a lot of you, I mean, I understand when people, like on my LS stuff, they're like, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And it gets overwhelming, right? On Roscoe, it has a 2-inch block right now and a 2-inch spacer, or maybe an 1.5-inch spacer up front. And I don't want to go much higher than that. Because I don't want to get into having to drop pitman arms and death wobble and drop trap bars or adjustable trap bars. I don't want it to spiral out of control, right? But I do want to get rid of the factory leaves that have like a negative arch and that stupid block. That's going to break the leaf springs so that Melanie doesn't have any problems. So what I got here is a set of S10 Blazer. They're actually Bravada, Oldsmobile Bravada, whatever, springs. I cut them off right at the main eyes. This is about 48 inches long. They have an offset pin, so I'm going to set them to the back to support the main leaf. I'm going to take all of the XJ springs out except for the main XJ leaf. This is the main S10. And then 2, 3, I left the overloads out. I'm hoping that this gives me no more than 3 inches of lift. With those, they're said to be about 4.5. Some people say 5. Some people, it's all over the place. Apparently, it's like voodoo black magic, which is why I'm as paralyzed as you guys are sometimes. I don't want it to be 4 inches. I don't want it to be any more than 3 inches. If it's 2.5, that's fine. I can work it out with a shackle relocation or whatever. But that's the way it's going back together. I'm not drilling any more XJ springs. That was miserable. You have to drill out the main XJ leaf because the S10s take a 3/8 center pin. And I'm going to have to go buy another new center pin because I completely ruined this one. But I'm hoping, so again, I'm going to have XJ main, Blazer main, Blazer 2, Blazer 3, no Blazer overload. I'm hoping that that gets me about 3.5 inches of lift so that it has a slight rake. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. All the wear pads and stuff were completely gone off of these springs. So I'm using a product called Easy Slide. It's a graphite paint. There used to be a product called Slip Coat that I used to use on springs, but now I can't find it anywhere. I have no idea if they still make it or what. But that pack's ready to go. That's how it's going to go together. As soon as my giant comically oversized C-clamp gets here from Amazon. And this pack is sitting here waiting for a second coat. I'm going to spin it around. I just hit them both with 2 coats and hopefully it goes together and rides decent. Basically, whatever this gives me is what Roscoe's going to have for lift. I'm going to put a set of 33s on it, which traditional wisdom would tell you need like 5 inches of lift, but I've cut the hell out of Roscoe, so I really don't need any more lift than what's on it right now for 33s. But we'll see what I wind up with, and that'll be a different part. But I think I'll probably just make that another part of the video. Right outside the window there, you can see a JK shock next to the stock shock, and you can see how much longer it is than, hopefully you can see. There's the mic. Woohoo! 70s porn. It's about 2 inches longer, the JK Rubicon shock. That's what's going on there. Everybody told me I was going to break the upper bolts, but I broke the lowers, and the uppers are fine. But I still knocked them out with the air hammer anyway because I already bought the little flag nuts. The lowers hang down way lower than I want. That'll be another video. I'm going to hack those off and move them up. So everything's got to go up. It's got to be lower. That's really the main goal of the build. Keep it nice and low for Melanie and keep it so that I can off-road it and have a good time with it when I want to. So, alright, so after everything, what I did was, I know that I have like 13 different versions because I kept going back and forth on what I was going to do. You can see where this main leaf was bent previously, right here. Hopefully that'll support it. I had a 2-inch block in it before, and with the XJ main leaf, all of the S10 leaves, except for the overload. Okay, so there's 3 S10 leaves, 1 XJ leaf. It looks like I got about 3 inches of lift here. This driveway is not quite level. I don't have anything that's level to show you guys on. The thing's not registered, but it's sitting a bit rear down at the moment. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. My shackle angle's probably 80 degrees. I might have to relocate that. I don't have the rear shocks on yet. It's a little bit bouncy, but with the ride height, I'm pretty happy. I got some skinny 33s coming, 235, 85, 16s. They'll clear no problem as far as I have it trimmed out. So that pretty much concludes this. It rides really nice. No shocks, but rides really nice. I think it's going to be pretty okay, all things considered. So yeah, that's basically how you lift your XJ for, $200. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day, so see ya.